What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you live from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut. And today we're going to be doing the fourth year of our Philadelphia Eagles franchise draft. Now, we will be doing 5 years total, so this is our second to last year. So you can see I did play a couple of games earlier. But before we get into it, let me also go out and just kind of show what we did. So before we get too crazy, I do want to say Zach Ertz and Brian Palooka both retired, and Alex Mack walked as a free agent, so we had to make some moves. So you can already see, there are some changes on the offensive line. We have a bunch of younger players here, in particular, like this trio. That's because of some injuries. We'll get to that in a second. So one key player that we had in free agency that we had to re-sign was Elijah Moore. He started testing the waters. I'm like, nope. He was about to, so I gave him more money than I wanted to, but I wasn't risking Elijah Moore walking because if we lost Moore, we'd be in trouble. He was the only main player that we re-signed. The quarterback room is the exact same from the first year, which is kind of fun. Running back room, what we did is we added Darrell Henderson. We did have to let a couple of decent players walk, but, losing Raheem Mostert and getting Henderson, I like Henderson a little bit more than Mostert because Henderson can catch. So, in the receiving room, the only changes, we did add Tim Patrick as a free agent. So that was a good move for us. He was a cheap deal. He was hanging around in free agency until the third term, and I'm like, you know what, let me just throw him a deal, see if he catches on. And he did. And the offensive line, so we did lose Taylor Lewan. He had torn abdominal muscle, so he's out for 3 weeks. But hey, that's why we have Charles Cross, the very first draft pick we made. He's at least solid. Kevin Younger, still our starting guard out here, and then you got a bunch of random draft picks. For center, so Dan Feeney, I converted him from guard to center. He's not great, but we did trade for Creed Humphrey. So we made a blockbuster trade. So we traded the 27th overall pick in the draft alongside our center, Alec Lindstrom, who also is a real player, just like Charles Cross, and he had been our backup center. So we traded both of them for Creed Humphrey, and then we got another player on our defensive side of the ball, who we'll get to in a minute, who is also a real-life prospect. So pretty happy to get both of them. It was one of the bigger trades that we've made so far. Then we still have Cesar Ruiz as our starting right guard, and then we made another blockbuster trade here to get Penei Sewell. So this one was a huge trade. Essentially, I traded the 7th overall pick, which we had acquired via trade last year, Nate Herbig, and a random guy who we had drafted 2 years ago to be a right tackle. So we traded those 3 assets for a future first, future third, and Penei Sewell. To me, it's a very fair trade. I'm very happy to have Penei Sewell on the team. So very excited. You guys know, if you're a fan, have Hall of Fame potential if he can stay healthy. Other than that, so with Ertz retiring, I had to make some moves, and basically Gronkowski's really starting to regress. He's probably gone after this year. So I signed Ozuma to a contract. He was the best tight end available in free agency, so nothing too crazy with him, but at least we got ourselves a solid player there. Now the defensive side of the ball is where you can start seeing some more change. So first things first, before I forget, where is he hiding? There he is. So we did trade for Kayvon Thibodeau. He was the one player that we got alongside Creed Humphrey in this deal. Very happy to get him. And then you can actually see behind him, we did end up signing Jerry Tillery. Most teams in the league were interested in him. And at the time, I was like, all right, I'll grab him just in case, because I didn't have Thibodeau yet. I also signed DeWine Smoot via free agency. Another strong defensive end. Wilson went out there and got Blake Martinez. He became our starter. Ironically enough, Anzalone actually got hurt in the preseason, so he just came back, but I'm very happy that we had Martinez there to at least hold the line and play well. Other than that, we also signed Casey Hayward Jr. Very happy to get him as well. Not a starter for us, but, he's at least relevant enough. I'd obviously want to start Asante over him to get Asante some boosts. Lastly, we did sign Jordan Whitehead, so not the biggest move in the world. But we did make 2 more trades. So the first one I'm going to discuss is we traded away cornerback Rocky Sin, who we were very happy to have last year, but unfortunately just didn't work out, along with the 91st pick in the draft for the 29th. Got us back in the first round, and we ended up trading back a little bit, so we got a couple future picks for him for that, so I'm happy. Lastly, Bradley Chubb, I completely grazed over him. I wasn't even thinking. We traded a future first for Bradley Chubb and a future third, so very happy to have Bradley Chubb on the team. Basically, what happens now is Chubb usually takes up a spot on the D-line. Special teams are the exact same. Kicker and punter, Hecker and Butker still, so. Anyways, what I'm going to do is, because I only intend to do the franchise for 2 more years, I have been playing a couple games on my own. So I'm not going to play every game, obviously, but I might kind of sim week by week and see what happens. So I'm excited for this team. I'm excited for what we have the potential to do. This is a strong team that really does have, I'm not going to say Super Bowl potential, but potentially like make a bit of a run. So looks like we're 3-0. Beat the Titans convincingly. So, heavy rain, those are always fun games. I'm not going to do upgrades. I'll look at them in a minute. I'm just going to go game by game here. Real life NFL was pretty fun this week. Obviously, I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm extremely excited that the Eagles have clinched a playoff berth. I was not expecting that heading into this season. That is like a dream come true to me. The fact that they clinched a playoff berth was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say about that. Darius Slay dislocated hip for 3 weeks. Okay, not the end of the world. Not a good injury for us, but that's why we have Hayward now. I wasn't able to watch the Eagles game, but just seeing, I was following it. I think we're going to lose to Chicago, but, in this sim. But the Eagles, oh my gosh, not a pretty win in the first half, but hey, you know what? Win's a win. Killed the Bears. I'm shocked. So it's one of those things where, that was a filthy game. We lost Simmons and Dwayne White. It's like a third string tight end, I think. Wow, at least they're both back. Who got hurt? Oh my gosh. Lost 4 or 5 players in that game. And most of them are on the defensive side too. Callahan's out 5 and Thibodeau's out a single week. It's not the end of the world. I don't like that. Sorry to the Vikings. It's a shame that your season ended early, but hey, fact of the matter is, I'm an Eagles fan. Eagles first. Fly, Eagles, fly. I am so happy. Okay, interesting. I've never done one of these things. Lance Miller. Alright, I'm going to have to scout Lance Miller. I want to see what happens. But AI, 100%. But so, to me, with how the current football seeds look and everything like that, I do intend to do a video of my playoff predictions. That's my goal. I remember if he was a right or a left. There he is. I don't even know how to scout him. So someone's probably watching this video and screaming, "You do this to scout him. You gotta do this." Alright, I'll add him to my favorites. I saw that. Add to favorites. Good enough for me. Got that weird looking, I don't know if that's a check mark or a heart. It looks like a mix of the two. Scout, maybe? No, this is going to be my actual scouts, yeah. We're not worried about that. Okay, so let me just go back and we'll go back to the season itself. So, we had some interesting games. I'm not going to delve into complete details for these games because it's not the most important thing in the world to do it. Like, I don't want to have it where I'm taking forever to do the videos. But we did have some interesting teams, some interesting games, some interesting clinchers. Some teams got eliminated. So, okay, at least we got Thibodeau. Barmore got hurt too. Wow. He's back. Wow, okay, so we lost our undefeated season, but that's not the end of the world. So, we had some high-scoring games yesterday. So, I'm excited for the football season. Bears killed the Giants. I mean, the Giants, honestly, the Giants are one of those teams where it's like, I'm not going to say anything right now until actually I sim them. Let's sim past this game. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Yeah, okay. Easy dub there. So, I mean, if you saw that kickoff with the Giants where they're like waving it off, no, we don't want it, and then the ball bounced and stayed inside the 5, and they had to panic and get the ball. and they were pinned inside the 5 because they didn't think to return it. That basically sums up the Giants season perfectly. I don't even know what's going on with that. Yeah, Bears killed the Giants. Not even a really competitive game, and the Bears aren't that good of a team. Oh, we're gonna have some key players to re-sign, it looks like. Okay. Yikes. At least I got cap room. I don't want to pay Tyler Lockett this much money, but I'll have to start looking into this very soon. Let me just quickly lock up Asante Samuel Jr. I'll give him the exact offer he wants. I'm not even negotiating with him. I'm keeping Asante, no doubt. Yeah, we got a bunch of big names. Yikes. This is going to be fun. This is going to be pretty brutal. Just grab Cesar Ruiz. How much cap space do I have left is the real question. Like Callahan, I'm probably going to have to let walk. Not the end of the world. The rest of these guys, I'm going to have to try to re-sign. Let me see how much cap I got. 97 mil? Okay, I'm not worried at all. Creed Humphrey. Do another extra year. Just traded a lot for you, man. I'm not letting you walk. All right, we're not going to continue to do this. I'll take care of this later. So, other than the Bears killing the Giants, Patriots just massacred the Jaguars. It wasn't even a close game. It was a complete blowout. 50-10. Like, the problem was for me here in Connecticut, I had two choices. It was watch that game or watch the Giants game. And I'm like, cool. Do I want to watch a blowout or a blowout? So, not the prettiest choice. I just decided to not watch football, and I was actually doing a little bit of work for the channel for potential future videos. And then we had an actual video come out, which we'll get to in a little bit. Rams v. Ravens was actually a good game that we had. So I was excited with that one. A lot of people were looking forward to that game, and it didn't disappoint. Rams barely squeaked past the Ravens. It's a little concerning if you're a Rams fan, because you should have been killing the Ravens without Lamar, but look at that. We're 9-1 right now. Normally I don't say we when I'm referring to a team, but this is a team that, we picked. I've done everything for, so I will say we. But it's exciting. But Rams, I mean, you're trending in you're like stagnant. If you're a Rams fan, you're stagnant right now. And the Cardinals were kind of trending in the wrong direction, so that does kind of help you, but lost to the Steelers. All right, we're going to do a quick glance at the playoff picture, and I might start playing the Cowboys, and I won't do the full game, but we're currently the 1 seed, and Dallas is on the outside. All right. Do we play Washington in the next 2 weeks? We do not. We play them in 3 weeks. All right, I'm not going to do the full game. Do the play the moments here. So that was an interesting game, but the real interesting game in the 1 o'clock slate, far and away, Buccaneers at Jets. Now, the game itself wasn't that interesting. I mean, Buccaneers won a game much closer than they should have. They should have been blowing out the Jets. They won 28-24. That's not what's interesting about this game. What's interesting about this game is the fact that the Buccaneers have one of his classic Antonio Brown moments. So once he did that, I actually made a video discussing like the timeline of Antonio Brown. He's done. Basically, he took off his shoulder pads, his jersey, threw him on the sidelines, took off his shirt that he was wearing underneath, chucked it into the stands, chucked his gloves into the stands. It's just, I don't know what's going on. And then recently he stated it was something like they made him play hurt, so he was upset with that. It's like, buddy, the thing with you is you probably would have been upset if they didn't play you because you were so close to getting $1 million in incentive bonuses. So either way, to me, it was a lose-lose situation because you were going to see Antonio Brown be mad. So, no. That was not the throw I wanted to make. We're going to lose because I'm usering this game. That's on me. 100% on me. I didn't mean to click that option. Oh well. All right. Anyways, though, like Antonio Brown, his career is all but done. Bruce Arians, after the game, had a press conference, and he literally was just like, "Yeah, he's done. He's no longer a Buck. Next question." So it's a shame. I mean, Antonio Brown's one of the more talented receivers of the 2010s, far and away. I mean, I said he's arguably the best. At this point, though, I might lean Devontae Adams or DeAndre Hopkins for the best of the 2010s, but we'll have to see. I mean, it's always interesting to kind of look back and do all the research and say, oh, no, this guy's clearly the best. Bills Falcons was another very meh game. I was expecting more out of Buffalo, and they did end up winning the game by 2 possessions by 14 points. But in the beginning of the game, it was Buffalo. I mean, they did allow a safety to Atlanta. Can't do that. I didn't see the play. I just looked at the score. Oh, man. He cut to the right for some strange reason. I don't know why that happened. I came out of the pocket, and he just randomly cut to the right. So, I mean, Buffalo ends up winning that game by 14, but the middle of the game was completely dominated by Atlanta. And if you're a playoff team like the Bills are, well, he got it. Let's go. Oh, no. No. That's not good at all. That is not good at all. I'm hoping Joe Burrow's okay. If we lose Burrow even for like a play, we're in trouble. Let me quickly do injury. I'm hoping beyond hope that he's not hurt. I'm hoping. Muscle cramps 1 quarter. That's not the worst thing in the world. So, I mean, the Bills won the game somewhat convincingly, but disappointingly, Dawson Knox did nothing. So, then you got the Bengals and Chiefs. I kind of want to save that game for last, because that was like the best game of the 1 o'clock slate, far and away, but we'll discuss it here. So that was just a instant classic. Once the Patriots game was a complete blowout, they did throw that on cable, so I started watching it. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. I mean, I was rooting for Kansas City to an extent because fantasy football. I wanted Darrell Williams to go off and Tyreek Hill to go off. One Super Bowl I'm in, fantasy championship, and they both played well. Williams far and away outperformed, but I can't complain about Tyreek because my team did win, but not because of Tyreek. Oh yeah, Rudolph's in there. Yikes. Yeah, we will keep Burrow in. So this is, it was a great game. It was an instant classic, and I only saw the final minute of it because that's all once I realized it was on TV, I turned it on, but oh my gosh. Like, you had the Bengals, I turned it on and the Bengals were sitting there on the 3-yard line, 4-yard line, and there was a minute to go in the game, and then what ends up happening is they, I wanted to stay in bounds there. So what ends up happening there is they try to score, they get tackled at the 1-yard line, just short, and then there's a penalty on Kansas City, so then they just end up going out there. Burrow gets hurt. He goes out of the game, either roughing the passer or illegal forward pass, illegal man downfield. Roughing the passer. Good. So, I mean, what ends up happening is Brandon Allen goes in, he just basically kneels the ball, and then they kick the game-winning field goal. Beautiful game, all things considered. Burrow's okay. He was seen walking around smoking a cigar after the game, so he's okay. Which is good, because it looked like it was a knee injury. He was immediately grabbing at his knee, and that's not a good injury for him. I mean, especially someone who's coming off a torn ACL. Alright, I just kind of want to run the ball here. So we'll just do a quick, my generic HB dive. It was just one of those games that's an instant classic. And, I mean, Jamar Chase, normally, if I get a touchdown, I'm not going to say no. Jamar Chase had himself a heck of a game. So, that, in and of itself, made the game amazing, just watching Jamar Chase play. I wish I saw the full game, but unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to. Because Connecticut had Giants and Patriots. So, And something just came out about AB with Bruce Arians, so I'm gonna glance at it in a minute. Oh, that was not a good play by me. So, next game was the Dolphins at the Titans, and this game wasn't good. So I was expecting a game where the Dolphins continued to be hot, one of the hottest teams, the hottest team in the league. Because Tennessee still trending in the wrong direction, still not the best team in the league. But Tennessee killed the Dolphins 34-3. I don't know what the heck was going on with that. Dolphins officially eliminated from playoff contention due to tiebreakers and weird quirk in the schedule, so they're done. Dolphins are eliminated, unfortunately. But fortunately for the Eagles, unfortunately for Dolphins fans everywhere. It means that the Eagles are getting a top 20 pick from the Dolphins. So, there's that. But I don't know what the heck happened. The Dolphins' defense just looked lost at times. There was that bad play, that bad ref ball incident there where the refs did give... That was a bad pass. So, I mean, one of those things where I don't know what the heck happened. If Derrick Henry was playing, it would make a little more sense. But he wasn't playing, so it boggles my mind to an extent that the Dolphins got beat up that bad. The defense just looked lost. One of my friends, Dolphins fan, was watching the game, so I was getting updates from him. And then I did kind of watch the play where the refs kind of really screwed over the Dolphins, but you know, one of those things where I can't watch every single game, especially here in Connecticut. I only get a couple, but Raiders-Colts was another surprising game. Both teams fighting for playoff spots, so it was always going to be kind of one of those, all right, let's see what happens. And Las Vegas came out a close game. Hunter Renfrow came in clutch at the end of the game, so that really helps the Raiders out. They play the Chargers Week 18 for what's probably going to be a win and you're in the playoffs game. Always fun when it comes down to division rivals, win and you're in. So after that game, there's only one other game that I know was 1 o'clock that I think was one. Yeah, one other game was 1 o'clock, and of course that was my hashtag Fly Eagles Fly, taking on the Washington football team. So Philadelphia v. Washington. This was a game where right off the bat, the Eagles were losing early and often. They were down. They allowed a touchdown right off the bat, and that was concerning. Like, I couldn't watch the game, but I have tweet updates on from a couple of different writers that write for the Eagles. So, Zach Behrman's the one I mostly follow, and he was tweeting, he's like, yeah, not a good start to the game, 6 plays, 67-yard touchdown drive for Washington. So, it's not good start. And then Jalen Hurts, for all the garbage I give him, he did have a good game. He still has concerns. But I am starting to reevaluate my position on Jalen Hurts. So I will give him that. I will give the man credit. Eagles would go on to win the game 2016. Not the prettiest win, all things considered. But a win's a win. I mean, you got to win with your stifling offensive line, stifling defensive line. And that's what they did. So before I finish that, Washington, their playoff hopes are done. They are eliminated. So that's a shame. I do also want to say my condolences to Montez Sweat and his family, going through a very tough time. You know, it's never good when something like that happens. So just rest in peace to his brother, and I wish nothing but the best for him. If he wants to take off Week 18, I really don't blame him. It's a tough time. So then we get to the other games here, the 4 o'clock slate. So Broncos at Chargers. Went exactly how you expect it to. Chargers won this game with ease. They're going for it on 4th down. We'll try to make a stop here. If we don't, it's not the end of the world. Chargers won the game with ease. They needed to. I mean, they had a kick return for a touchdown. Eckler had a solid game. A lot of players on this team had strong games for the Chargers. Keenan Allen did decent. Herbert started off slow, but he was able to kind of turn it around as the game went on. So, oh my gosh, another onside kick attempt. So it was a good game for the Chargers. 49ers, Texans. Right off the bat, the Texans were actually winning this game, but 49ers came on and they just won the game 23-7. That essentially was tiebreaker 2 for the Eagles. They needed the 49ers to win or the Saints to lose in the 4 o'clock slate. So I was following both those games. Pretty happy once the 49ers won. Obviously, that game wasn't on TV here. I don't need to tell you that. Lions at Seahawks. High-scoring affair, but mostly because the Seahawks were just trouncing the Lions. So Lions got some garbage yards at the end. Not a pretty game if you are a fan of the Lions. Seahawks are eliminated, so it's not like they had a pretty game either. But Seahawks did what they had to do, is the best way to put it. You needed to win, so you won. Cardinals-Cowboys was like the game. I was watching this. Ref ball did come into play to an extent against the Cowboys, but boo-hoo, Dallas, cry me a river. Your team constantly gets calls when you play the Eagles, and I'm not even a biased fan. Most people will tell you that. I mean, just look at that. There's no clear recovery back in 2018 or offensive pass interference in 2018 against Dallas Goedert. Both those calls, very questionable. Friend who's Cowboys fan still mocks the Eagles for that. They're like, oh, it's such a bad call, but Eagles lost because of that. So, and one of those things where it is what it is, but Cardinals would go on to win this game, end their losing streak, which good for them. They needed to. They've looked so bad that they've needed to end that losing streak. Definitely. Wasn't the prettiest game, but you know what? Kyler got the job done. That's what matters the most. Panthers at the Saints. Panthers made this a close game, but the Saints ran away with it to an extent. They won by 18, or they won by 8, 18-10. So it wasn't the prettiest game in the world for either team. I mean, the Saints kept their playoff hopes alive. The Panthers were just playing potential spoiler. So I was a Panthers fan for a brief minute, but they failed. The night game was a complete, not even worth watching. Vikings at Packers. I was watching it because I had my Super Bowl, my fantasy playoffs, where I had Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones going up against no one. So I was watching the game. In my other league where I got eliminated, I was invested to see how Justin Jefferson did. So Jefferson didn't do good, which is what it is. I didn't necessarily want the guy who had Jefferson winning the league anyway. He would have been talking a lot. Once Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones hit a certain mark in the second quarter, I just stopped watching because I'm like, at this point in time, it's a blowout. And it just got so bad. Obviously, I wish Kirk Cousins was playing for Minnesota, but they had Mannion in, and then they ended up benching him, put in the third string Kellen Mond, who did not look good. So, I mean, not the best game for Minnesota. They are officially eliminated. The Packers victory clinched the Packers the 1 seed, eliminated the Vikings, and clinched the Eagles playoff berth. So it's extremely good if you're an Eagles fan like I am. Eagles are in a great position now. We don't know who the Eagles will be playing, but it's going to be a good game. So let me do, what do we have for a video time? I don't want to make this like an hour-long video. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just sim. We'll get ideally into the playoffs. If we lose to Washington, which we did not, sim this game. They still have Cooper Kupp as their number one. Not surprised. And we end the season with the Saints. Let's see if we're like clinched at the 1 seed. If we're clinched as the 1 seed, I'll sim. And Atlanta has the head-to-head over us, so I do kind of have to. So my goal is probably to right, standings. I always do that. My goal is to ideally get the okay, we clinched the 1 seed, so I'm not worried. Falcons are 11-5. So my goal is I'm probably gonna try to do another video for this series in the middle of this week. This week we're gonna have a decent amount of videos. I wasn't planning on Antonio Brown's video yesterday, so that's kind of what hurt us to an extent. I would not have released the trade breakdown I did, Cliff Averill trade breakdown, but I mean, it is what it is. So, all right, let's look at the playoffs real quick. This is like my dream. Buffalo is my second team in the AFC now. I'd say the Chargers are my number one because I do have some players I really like. So AFC is interesting. You got the Bills as the 1, Jaguars as the 2, Kansas City 3, Pittsburgh. All right, these are some interesting teams. Cleveland's been good in this simulation. Eagles, we finally got the 1 seed. We finally made it over the hump. We are in the divisional round for the second time ever in our 4 years. We made the playoffs, but we lost in the wild card round the first 2. So I should say I lost because I did lose those games. I just hope we don't have a stinking snow game because those are the worst. Falcons are the 2 seed, taking on Tampa Bay. We got an NFC North battle here, Chicago v. Minnesota, and then a very interesting battle here. Back in the day, you would have the Chicago Cardinals taking on Detroit Lions, but now it's the Arizona Cardinals taking on Detroit. So we have some interesting games. I actually, you know what, we're just going to sim. We're going to sim this week because it doesn't matter for us. So we can at least kind of do some quick scouting of our opponent. And then what I'll probably do is end the video and I'll probably start talking on my players. Nope, I can't even do that. So we'll see what happens. But so we're playing Minnesota. All right. So that means there was at least 1 upset. Were there 2? So Falcons barely got past the Bucks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is interesting. So we got to play Minnesota, repeat of the 2017 NFC Championship game. The Browns pulled the upset over the Jaguars. Other than that, everything's normal in the AFC. Wow. Okay. So we'll do some real quick scouting on Minnesota, and then I might play the game against Minnesota off screen. We'll see. I might start the game against Minnesota off screen at least. No, I don't want to play it yet. Sorry, I'm not thinking. I'm not thinking there. So we want to look at NFL rosters. I just want to see who Minnesota has. It's like one of the big things. Fortunately for us, I know exactly where they sit in this. Right on the bottom. So they have Chase Young, Budda Baker. Oh, they have a strong defense. Their top 4 players are all defense. Trevor Lawrence is their QB. Oh my gosh, this team is going to be tough to throw on. Yeah, I'm going to be running a lot this game. I already know that. That's fine with me. I mean, they have good edge rushers, but they got Deontay. This is going to be a tough team to beat. This is definitely going to be a tough team to beat. They don't necessarily have a strong receiving core, so I should probably be able to do decent against them. But, like, this should be a lower scoring game, all things considered. Now they start to get all the random players. So, Tutu Atwell. I think he was on our team in this. I don't remember. Good to see he still has a job. Yeah, I'm thinking I might try to play game here, see what happens. I just, like I said, I don't want this to be an hour video. Of course, playoff Blizzard. That completely hurts me because that means I'm going to have trouble running the ball. You know what we'll do? Let's do play the moments to start off at least. We'll do this. We'll do that. Let's start the game off. Minnesota v. Philly is going to be on paper, it's a pair of teams that are used to playing in the snow, but you got to remember Minnesota plays in a dome. Obviously, they did play outside for 1 or 2 years after the Metrodome roof collapsed before they got their US Bank. So, I mean, it's kind of concerning. I just realized it's a battle of the 2020 first overall pick against the 2021 first overall pick. All right, your defense needs your help. Make the stop. All right, we can't lose here. Like if we lose this round for the 2nd year in a row, I'm just gonna be so disappointed. Leonard Fournette. But, we do have some interesting games on the docket for week 17, or week 18. I'm so used to 17 being the final week. So we get, uh-oh, what's the flag? Holding? Okay, do I accept? Accept it. So, Kansas City at Denver is going to be an interesting game. I mean, Kansas City should win this. This is just for seeding, honestly. The other big game, Dallas at Philly, was just flexed to Saturday night. You best believe I'm going to be watching that game. That game, Dallas versus Philadelphia for playoff seeding. Dallas can fall as far as the 4 seed, and Philly can get, yes, Darius Slay. I thought we were supposed to have a snow game. You know what? I'm not going to jinx it, probably because I didn't acknowledge it. We're not going to showboat. We're just going to run it in. So, I mean, Dallas at Philly. Dallas can fall to the 4. Philly can become the 6 if all things go right. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Other than that, I mean, Washington at New York, meh. Bengals at Browns, meh. Bengals already clinched. Browns are... I don't think the Browns are eliminated, but I think they need a lot of help to make a run. Oh, I couldn't even focus on the Darius Slay. I didn't want to ram Trevor Lawrence. So, Steelers-Ravens, always a good final game, but I mean, it's going to potentially help some seeding. But both teams are still not ideally... Man, they're having drops. I feel for you, Lawrence. Packers at Lions, meh. Packers already clinched. Lions are already eliminated. Colts at Jaguars. Colts need to win that game, but Jaguars are done. Bears at Vikings. Both teams are eliminated, so... Would have mattered had the Vikings won or the Eagles lost this week. Run. Oh, he lost the ball. Thankfully, threw it out of bounds. Titans at Texans. Titans already clinched their seed, and yeah, that's going to be worth watching to an extent. Saints at Falcons. Saints are still fighting, so worth watching. Seahawks, Cardinals. Cardinals are fighting for seeding. So, Jets at Bills. Bills are fighting for seeding. Oh my gosh, second in inches. Get the block. Good. Panthers at Bucks, meh, seeding for the Bucks. Patriots at Dolphins, would have been good if the Dolphins were still alive for the playoffs, but they are eliminated, so... And it's weird, because if you look at the standings, a team behind them in the playoff standings is still alive, but they're not, and it has to do with that random quirk, tiebreakers and all that, so... Meh, all things considered. It's interesting for the AFC East, but... 49ers at Rams, that's definitely worth watching. Gotta root for the Rams there, big time. So, if the Rams... I want the Rams to win, because then if the Rams and Eagles both win, Eagles comes the 6th seed, but you never know what happens there. And then lastly, Chargers at Raiders, meh. Not a meh. That's actually a very good game. That's going to be a game of winning you're in, so... Alright, so... I'm liking doing this. I might, depending on how much time we have left, I might decide to... No, I don't want to jinx myself. I want to ideally win this game first, and then we'll see how much time is left. We'll see how much time's left once this game's over. Oh! I threw to the wrong guy. I saw X wide open, and I went to click X. That was not good for me. Okay, at least Minnesota had to punt. Big third down, make a stop. Alright. We have such a strong defensive line. We have good linebackers, we have good corners. If we fail to make a stop, we have good safeties. If we fail to make a stop, it's on me. Oh my gosh. He found the smallest hole in coverage. Threaded the needle. Okay. Your defense needs your help. Let's get tough. Yeah, we need to make the stop. I don't want to lose to the Vikings in the divisional round. Be a slap in the face. We'd be talking about the freaking early 2000s era Eagles. Yeah, you ain't getting by me, buddy. That was a risky move that I made, because if he lateraled me, I'd be in trouble, but... Sometimes you gotta take risks. Take the risk. Go big or go home. Alright. I'm going to use Aaron Donald for now and hope that I can bull rush and get to Lawrence. That's okay. He didn't gain much. Gained back the line of scrimmage. Oh. You know what? That's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. I don't like the play I made, but in the situation. There we go. I got the pressure. I got to Lawrence right when... Do I have... I hate how I can't get load block right sometimes. That's like my favorite one. We'll do load left and see what happens. I always get a good jump on the right side, but it has to be load block. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, so we're tied up. Let's hope the Eagles can get a drive going here. It might make me user. Oh, no. Oh, come on, man. Why didn't you have me take over? That's what I hate about simming. They don't have me take over. There's like a crucial moment there. It's like, why didn't you tell me third down, take over? I would have done it. I should have just played it. Oh my gosh. I really don't want to lose to the Vikings here. Please don't lose to the Vikings here. They're outplaying us. We had the better start to the game, but they've rebounded very well. Damian Harris is running over us. Alright, let's blitz on you. Who's blitzing? Use our Chubb and hope that we can get past. Ah, he ran it. Didn't gang anything there. I really, really don't want to lose to the Vikings. It would be such a slap in the face. I mean, 2004 and 2017, Eagles played the Vikings in the playoffs and won both times. Oh, that was a good shot block by them. They are very close to field goal range, which isn't good at all. We need to get a sack. We need to get a sack. A sack or a turnover. A sack or a turnover. Get the sack. No, go. No, 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 no. He went out of bounds. Stop the clock. That's not good. This isn't good at all for the Eagles. We might be eliminated. Alright, I'm going to blitz with Bosa. I have to. I think it's a run. Yeah. Gotta call timeout. Okay, this is going to be close. I'm getting nervous. I'm definitely getting nervous. It's a tied game. We got to get force a field goal and then force a field goal and drive down the field. At least get a field goal. Alright. We'll do this zone play here and hope that they do another run that we can get to. Call a timeout. Clutch time here. Another run. Take them down. Take them down. Call a timeout. Alright. At least I got the game management down. Alright, maybe we can get lucky, get low block white right. Nope. Base right. Load right, load right, load right. Okay. Fingers crossed I can get the block. I don't think it's going to happen because there's pressure. Nope. Didn't get a good enough jump. Wouldn't that have been great if you pulled a Blair Walsh and just missed it? Alright, so we got a minute to drive down the field. No! Go back, go back, go back. Custom. I want to play full game. Why is the clock ticking? Oh my gosh. Get out of bounds, just get out of bounds. I wanted to take a shot downfield, but I'm like, alright, the safety's watching me. If I do that, I'm taking a huge risk. Alright, I'm so close to field goal range, I just got to play protect. I just got to play careful. I think I just got into field goal range, actually. Alright, get out of bounds, just get out of bounds. Not going to risk it. Alright, I just want to chip forward. That's the goal. They want me to play it safe and go for the field goal now. It's risky. That's definitely a risky move, but I'm going to do it. You know what? I don't have the timeouts to... Ice the kicker. Of course I ice the kicker. And what's really irritating about Madden is that when they ice the kicker, you actually get iced. But when you ice the kicker, nothing happens. All right, you know what? I despise ice the kicker in Madden. It's like the worst thing in the game because if you ice the kicker, nothing happens. If they ice the kicker, it's game over. It actually ices you. So, we're just going to go for it here and maybe take a shot. No! No, 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 no. Run it in, run it in, run it in! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my gosh, that was like the worst decision I've ever made to throw to him in double coverage. We got so freaking lucky. Oh my gosh. And yeah, see, ice the kicker. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was... You know what though? We're at the point where this is year 4 or 5. We've yet to make it past this round. I had to do it. I had to take a risk. I had to take a shot. If I would have failed, as long as... Alright, we just got to make a stop here. We can't let them score a touchdown. That's all that matters. No touchdown. They can drive and throw 15 yards downfield, 50 yards downfield, and get in field goal range. But they do have timeouts, actually, so no, I want to get them down. Get the pick, maybe? Breakup's okay. Okay. Alright, alright. And then what we'll do is, if we hold on to win, we'll just see who we play next week, and then we'll call the video. And we'll do the rest of this video at some point this week. Oh, that was so risky. Oh my gosh, that looked like it was going to deflect and be caught by him, and he had nothing but green grass in front of him. Picked. That's game. That's game. I'm just going to go down. I'm not risking fumbling it. I am not risking the fumble there. That would be the dumbest thing ever. Eagles hold on to win 24-20 over the Minnesota Vikings. Just like in real life, the Eagles eliminate the Vikings from playoff contention. It's happened in 2018. So now, here we are again, 2021. Eagles were the team that essentially eliminated the Vikings. So, boom. So happy. We're finally in the championship game. It took 4 years, 4 long years. So, we'll just finish the game. Good game. Minnesota definitely gave me some panic, but... Alright, so I'm pretty happy with how we're doing. So we're just gonna sim to the game, and I'm expecting Atlanta to be the team, and then we'll worry about scouting them and everything next game. Alright, advance. We'll worry about... I'll do that after this game. I just want to see who we play, and then we'll, like I said, call the video. Alright. Oh, got hurt. Let's check that, because if it's a major player... My right guard! No! Let me think, is that... Yeah, I'm going to put him on the IR. I'll get a replacement for him via free agency, because he's done. Even if we make the Super Bowl, he can't play. 6 weeks, we only have 3 weeks left. 2 weeks now. Atlanta won, I'm not surprised. Did they kill their opponent, or was it a close game? It was a very close game. So we had all 3 of the 4 games were all close. So the Browns, the 7-seed Cleveland Browns, continue their run, as now they will run into a potential juggernaut in Kansas City. So, but that'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was definitely, I'm very happy. Next video will be at some point this upcoming week, and I will definitely be, I'll definitely be excited. I'm gonna try to shoot for either Wednesday or Thursday, ideally. I do want to put out an NFL playoff prediction video around the same time. But other than that, those are my 2 videos I have shooting for this week. Probably gonna start doing my research for the playoffs video soon. So that'll be fun. Darius Slay got himself Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC, so that's always good. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This stressful one for sure. But now we get our chance to avenge our previous loss to the Atlanta Falcons. And ironically enough, In 2017, the Eagles took out the Falcons and the Vikings en route to a Super Bowl. In 2004, the Eagles took out the Vikings and the Falcons en route to a Super Bowl appearance. So, just saying, I don't like that. I might try to just avoid that and see if it works. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We are in the NFC Championship game, finally. Have a good rest of your day. Stay safe.